Hello, YouTube. Sorry about my voice. I know on mic it sounds kind of boring, slow, monotone, as some would say. Anyways, it sounds better in my head. But that's not the point. The point is that a few things. First of all, why do people save up embers? These things come back. They will come back in 5 days and 10 hours. Or whatever, how many ever hours or days this video has been out. The point is, these things come back every month. All these things come back. Why do people save their embers so much? Why not just get what you need? You could save 90 times 5 for the next time these come back. 60 times 2 for that's 120. 90 times 5. That is math. 450. I knew what I was doing. And I'm probably a little more tired right now. I've been trying to record this video for the past couple hours. And it's been taking a lot of work from my brain to do some. So, anyways, I don't save embers. I spend them when I got them because I've been able to advance my account forward more by buying these things. Anyways, save them if you want. I think people should spend them because they're there to spend. The next thing is, I don't agree with meta. Meta is stupid. It's the only place I see meta ever being properly used is in competitive games anyways, like League of Legends, Smite, Call of Duty. Like in Call of Duty, if you don't use the right gun, you're going to lose the whole time. Everyone knows that. In League of Legends and Smite, if you don't use the right team comps, you're not, more than likely, not going to win. You could win, but more than likely, you're not going to. Anyways, meta puts you in a box. It makes it so you have to play a certain way. If you don't have the right characters, like Branya, I don't have Branya. I don't have a Claire either, though I have her light code. The funny thing is, I have both Branya's light cone and Clara's light cone. Do I want them both? Yeah, eventually. But, I mean, if we look on Warp, additional rewards, I want this guy too. And Japard. I think, and Himiko. I'm only 130 polls in, so that's a little more than a third of the way. But whichever character I don't have by the time I get them to here, that's going to be a hard decision. Himiko is a really good character. People say she's bad, but she's good. In fact, I don't agree with anyone saying any character in this game is bad. In fact, in Genshin Impact, there's people who will fight tooth and nail to say Lisa is good. There's people that will fight tooth and nail to say Amber is good. There's even people who will say Dia is good. Why? Because they put in the work and effort and can clear Spiral Abyss Floor 12 with those characters. There are some characters in Genshin whose mechanics don't work, which makes them fit broken characters, which is not quite the same thing as making bad. It makes it so they don't work. Which, if their mechanics worked properly, then they'd be good characters. I don't know how to say her name, but the girl with the guitar and use the claymore fire type has a shield. Her shield doesn't work, so people don't use her. She has cool character design though. Anyways, I think Herta's a good character. I think she's a great character. Is she the best character? Probably not. But I like her. She does damage. My one gripe with her though, even no matter how much I like Herta, and I will die on the hill saying she's useful, is her follow-up attack is kind of random, and it doesn't always do as much as I would hope. It does anywhere between 1 and 5 spins. So it's good. It's hit or miss whether her follow-up's good. But I mean, it's a follow-up, and it does do damage. Is March 7th follow-up better? Probably. It's more consistent. It's definitely more useful. Is G1's follow-up better? Yeah, it does way more damage. But you do require 10 stacks. And I've gotten this 10 stacks with him lots of times without Branya. And without Ting Yuan. Even though I should level my Ting Yuan because she is a good character. She's an amazing character actually. And I do have her from E3 from all the polls I did. But I'll level her up eventually. My biggest mistake was not leveling up more supports. And not leveling up Xu Sheng to 60. I definitely should get her to 60. Anyways, I'm taking it rather slow because I don't want to be like all the content creators out there who spend Stellar Jade on refilling their stamina, their energy, instead of using their fuel. They'll say they have lots of fuel, but they're using Stellar Jade to refill and saving that fuel. Anyways, I think that's a little strange. I don't know. Don't let people make you feel bad for what characters you do or don't have. I feel like I've been making this video for hours, even though the runtime's only been 7 minutes and 24 seconds so far. Probably because I've recorded and then deleted, then recorded, then deleted, then recorded, and then deleted over and over again. My brain honestly feels so tired right now from making this video. I don't know. People are going to disagree with me that there's no meta. And they're okay to do so. I don't think there's a meta. You can argue your points. No one's really explained what the meta is or why there's a meta. They just say there's a meta. And if you've ever played competitive games like League of Legends or Smite, you would know what word the word is used for. What's annoying about that word is it ended up going into Diablo 3, World of Warcraft, all these games that never had a meta before. All of a sudden they have a meta because people like to use the word meta, which puts people in a box. You have to play a certain way. You have to play this build, that build. You have to play these characters, that character. If you don't use this character, you're bad. If you do have this character on your account, you're bad. I don't agree with any of that. I don't agree with meta in a PvE game. I think that's dumb. People can disagree with me if they want, but you're not going to hear me saying there's meta in Honkai Star Rail or Genshin Impact or any other PvE game. Sure, there are some combos that are overpowered and others that are not. Like using this character, the Fire MC, Herta, and Downhang is not going to be in all my team comps. It's really only for a couple fights. I do switch out characters. depending on what the circumstance needs. Heck, even though certain characters aren't 60, I'll use them. What I do need to do is focus more on building a few characters. Since I got lucky with the light cone on Jing Yuan, I put it on him. Honestly, it does make a huge difference in his damage. But I feel, honestly, when people say there's a meta and if you don't have this character, your account's bad, and if you have Jing Yuan, your account's bad, it kind of makes me feel like trash. And honestly, I will keep saying in comments to people who say, if you don't have Bronya, your account's bad, that I'm fine, but honestly, the more they say it, the more it beats me down for not having Bronya. And I don't go around saying, well, if you don't have Well, your account's bad. Like, how messed up is that to say if you don't have a certain character, your account's bad? Yeah, I got lucky with him in the welcome banner. Would I feel bad if I didn't have Well? If someone was going around on YouTube or in stream saying if you don't have Well, your account's bad, I would feel bad about it. Honestly, I don't brag about it because I don't brag about having Welt because why? Why brag about a character that so many people don't have? I know there's a lot of people who don't have Welt because I'll watch certain streams where people talk about not having Welt, and other people will chime in about not having Welt. And it's like, yeah, you don't have Welt. You need. So, if you don't have a certain character, like I don't have Bronya, what can I do about that? Well, there's another character that's also imaginary coming out, 4-star, Yukong, and she basically can be a alternative to Bronya, or you got Bronya and her, and see how that goes. If you have Bronya. Anyways, no one should feel bad for what characters they do have in both Genshin and in Honkai Star Rail, and you shouldn't feel bad about what characters you don't have in Genshin and Honkai Star Rail. And a lot of people will say there are people that will say that same thing, but then go around saying your account's bad for having Jing Yuan, and they'll also say your account's bad for not having Bronya. But you shouldn't feel bad either way. You shouldn't feel bad for not having Claire if you don't have Claire. You shouldn't feel bad for having Jing Yuan if you have Jing Yuan. Like, honestly, his English voice actor is seems like a great guy. And the only reason why I know that is because I watched a Tectone video that had the voice actor in it in that video, and he seems pretty cool. Anyways, don't let a streamer or a YouTuber say what character is meta. Honestly, I don't think there's a meta. I think CN players believe there's a meta. I think a lot of people in other countries that have this game, like the US, believe there's a meta. Maybe I'm one of the few who doesn't see the meta because I don't know what the meta is. And honestly, if someone tries to convince me that there is a meta, you'll have to do a pretty damn good job of doing the convincing for me to believe that there's a meta in a PvE game. where people don't have any way compete against each other. And yeah, you'll have to explain to me how Herda doesn't do well against bosses, even though I've killed bosses lots of times with Herda. Like, people say Herda's bad, but they don't explain how she's bad. They don't. They just say she's bad. They don't explain it, but maybe I don't. I see something in Herda that people who think she's bad don't see. Maybe I've destroyed bosses plenty of times with Herda, and they haven't built her at all. Anyways, just want to make this video to get that off my chest. Sorry if it's a little long. Sorry if my voice is bad. Sorry if my opinion on meta is bad. I don't know. I just don't agree with meta. I can't change my voice even though I would like to. So it does sound better in my head though. So I listen to the better version of my voice. Once again, I'd like to say Sela does not need Bronya to make 5 turns in a row. You can get 5 turns in a row without Bronya. Honestly, play whoever you want. Play whatever characters you want. Play whatever team comp you want. Because at the end of the day, it's your account. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You're the one who's playing it. It's not a competitive game. There's literally 0 competitive aspects to this game unless you make it competitive. Like, if for some reason you feel the need to compete with someone, even though there's no way to actually compete with someone in this game, then I think you have a little bit of an issue there. Anyways, have a good day. Don't stress about meta. Don't stress about whether or not your account's good or bad. And enjoy it. Enjoy it for what it is. Have a good one. Bye.